Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. Thank you so much for being here again. And on today's episode, I want to break down again a couple of setups here on market structure. Okay, I still have a lot of questions. I'm getting a lot of questions from you guys on my YouTube channel, also on my Telegram, and I want to make another video here to clarify. Even though I do have actually a lot of videos, a ton of videos on market structure, price action, and when it comes to a smart money concept, especially to a smart money concept, and in price action and overall, because this is a thing that like we've been seeing for a long time now, and price action is key. Okay, price action is key. I'll show you. I'll give you a couple of details, but let's go ahead and break it down for you. Okay, so normally, just remember, market moves in waves. Okay, after an impulse, there's always has to be a correction. After an impulse, there's always have to be a correction. How deep that correction, we don't know. Okay, sometimes it could be at the 50% on the Fibonacci, it could be deeper, right? But as long as it does a correction, boom, that means that price is fully balanced. Okay, it's important. Now, one thing you can take an advantage in here, when you know price is, let's say price is having an impulse right here, you know that what's going to happen after an impulse. What does it have to do? Pull back, right? Market has to correct. So where, in order to count as an actual or valid pullback, where does the market has to go? At least has to go on the 50%. Okay, the market has to correct at least 50% to me to be a valid pullback. Okay, at least 50%, right? Why am I saying this? Because remember, when you draw the Fibonacci, from the low to the high of this impulse, there is a premium and discount. As simple as that. Okay, what we want to do with this fib, and why we want the price to go all the way to below, at least touching the 50%, is because you want to buy low. You want to buy when the price is cheap. When the price is on a discount area. You don't want to be buying somewhere here. You don't want to, like, if this is the actual impulse, right? You have the impulse right here. You don't want to be buying right here when the price is still on the premium, right? Prices is still expensive for buyers. So they're going to wait for price to go a little bit lower, so then they can buy. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be buying on a premium zone. You want to be buying on a discount area. So that's why we have to wait for price to go at least below the 50%, okay, to start looking for buys. This is a buying zone. You don't buy from here. If anything, we should be looking maybe for sales somewhere in lower time frame. There's a downtrend right there. Maybe in lower time frame, the price is going like that, right? So you can maybe catch some little sales right there, at least until it hits the 50%, So in this case, remember, we have to use fib, right? From the impulse, you go from this low to the high now, and we wait for price to come to a discount area. Same here, from this low to this high, we wait for the price to be in a discount zone. From this low to this high, we wait for the price to be in a discount area if we want to buy, right? We understand that market is bullish from this point. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and clean this. So this is a basic concept. Okay, so after a break, where was our most recent strong break? Right, this whole zone was broken. These highs were broken right there. We're going to call this is our boss, right? So you can use your fib from right here, from this low to this high, right? So price has pulled back actually twice. Has come twice. We can say 3 times, but yeah, this one is in the past. This one was the most recent one. So we have one touch, another touch. Now, one thing that we understand and we use on smart money concept is boss and chalk, right? Break of structure and change of character, change of direction. We want to know when the market is actually shifting. Okay, we need to know when, after this impulse, when the market is shifting to bearish for a little bit and then shifting to bullish again, taking this high out. That's the target. Okay, you go from this low to the high. So market, it tends to shift, right? How do we know it's shifting? Because it creates a boss and a chalk right here, right? Market is shifted, going from bullish to bearish temporarily, right? Momentarily, right? And then look at what's happening. This is our last boss, and then we have another chalk right here. So it's now shifting from bullish to bearish to bullish again. Okay. In overall, where is the trend going? Look at where it's going. The trend is actually coming from here. So we are bullish in overall on the weekly, right? So our JPY is bullish on higher time frames. Okay. Is bullish on higher time frames. So how can we spot, how can we use and find some really good setups? Okay, we understand that market is on the discount area, right? You want to go buying in here. Okay, we'll start going in lower time frames and start finding for our positions. If you don't want to buy just yet, you want to actually find you want to wait for the chalk to happen. Well, you know, as long as you're marking your structure up correctly, right? So we have right here, hold on. Right here, we have definitely our last break of a structure. And in here, recently, we have a chalk happening, right? We already know that price shifted from bullish. Let me mark it up here so you can have it as well. Shifted from bullish to bearish, right? This is our boss, our last break of a structure. And this is my chalk, right? And then price was bearish for a little bit, right? Until now it starts showing the chalk. If you missed the buy, if you didn't get in here, don't worry. Don't worry. You recently had a chalk, okay? My job here is now what's happening right here. Look at the structure of the market, guys. Look at the structure. Market is coming from this low, from this high, I'm sorry, to this low, right? And then created this high, and then created this low, and now we're having a break, okay? So what's happening right here is we're having a chop, we're having a change of direction, right? So what happens after an impulse? We have to wait for a correction, right, to then go buy. All right, and when does that correction has to happen? You use the fib from here, let's say all the way there, boom. We have to wait for price to come back to a discount zone if we want to buy. And our job is to spot, you know, maybe a POI that is inside the discount zone. We are going to ignore any POI formation that is within the premium area, okay? Because we're looking to buy, we're not selling. At least what we're trying to do right here. You can still sell, but I'll show you how you can actually go selling. But at this point, I'm literally waiting for the pullback, okay? I want to see, let's mark it up. Let's actually mark it up and let's see if this is going to be the last high. Like, is the price going to be pulling back from there? I'm waiting. What I'm doing after seeing this chart, I'm waiting for the price to pull back. Where is it going? Oh, it keeps pushing up. What do we do now? I just stretch the Fibonacci one more time, right? And I'm still interested. I want to wait for price to come somewhere here in the discount area before I start buying, because I know my overall trend and higher time frame is bullish, right? So is it going to stop right there? I don't know. Let's see. Let's try it with the fib. I'm going to put the fib right there and see if it's at that point, maybe it's going to start pulling back. How do I know also if it's pulling back? I'm still on the daily. You know, you can actually go in lower time frames. Let's actually go in lower time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour or maybe 15-minute just to see what happened. In here, looks like you see in lower time frames, we're having a chalk, right? If I keep going on 15-minute, 5-minute, definitely our last break of a structure to the upside was this one. Right now, on the 1 hour time frame, this is an impulse. It looks more like an inducement, but if I go in lower time frame, this will be a boss. This would definitely be a boss. This is the whole idea. This is my chalk right here, right? Now what's happening? I'm starting to have strong momentum, right? All of a sudden, you see, when the price was bullish, we were having more, look at the size of the candles, right? More bullish candles than there were bearish, right? More, much bigger bullish candles. Now, all of a sudden, we're starting to have, you know, big zones right here. Big candles to the downside, strong momentum. We have a chalk. Now, looks like recently the market created a, I want to say that's the boss. Yeah, I'm going to call that a boss. It just recently broke. It's just transferred from here to this one right there. The body did close for a little bit. For a little later, it actually ended up breaking. So that's definitely my break of a structure. Recently had a break. You see, now we have another POI in this area, another supply zone. Now at this point, you see what we're trying to do. We're trying to anticipate the pullback on higher time frame. You see, we're trying to anticipate. Anticipation is always risky, but we're trying to anticipate that move, right? After this impulse, we have to know that there's got to be a pullback. The market has to pull back to where? Somewhere to the 50%, right? So if I'm on a daily, I can go in lower time frame and I know that in overall and higher time frame price, the market is bullish, right? But I can still try to make some money on the way down for a little bit. So I can go in lower time frames and find and try to anticipate this pullback, which trying to expect the pullback to come somewhere here, maybe touching a POI right here, so I can maybe find my boss and chalk, right, and I can actually continue with the buys, right, a lot better. If you don't want to go selling, anticipate this, it's fine. You can just simply set alerts and wait for the price to be here, then to start looking for buys. No biggie. There's no rush for that. So let's go back to the 1 hour, to the lower time frame, and hold on. And what do we see, right? If you want to get into this one, right, we have to wait. Looks like price is building up liquidity. Let's see what the market is going to do from here. All right. Oh, looks like it wants to break. Let's see, what is this? This is so far, it's looking at like an inducement, like this one, right? Let's see if it's going to break. Let's see if it's going to break right away. Did it break? Not breaking. It's not breaking yet. So this is still an inducement. Okay, it's not an actual boss. At least not yet. Let's see if it's going to actually break at the moment, but it looks like it's not. I see what's going on. Look at this. So look at the difference between this boss, right, and this one right here. I would not call this a boss. I would call this an inducement, right? You see the body of the candle, it did not close below, right, at least the next candle right there, like it did here, right? This was an inducement, but the next few candles right there, 4 candles, boom, it dropped. So I can actually transfer to that. I can actually say that this is my break of a structure, right? In order to understand where my higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right, so far at this point, so I can confirm that, yeah, this is my actual demand. So at this point, what's going on right here, you might be thinking, hey, we have a boss right here. So that means that maybe somewhere here I have a POI, right? I have an actual POI right there. If you want to mark it up, or I don't know, you marked up all this zone, right? You simply wait for price to touch that. But what I'm seeing is that since this is an inducement, this is not a boss, price most likely will go to the upside, will go to the top. See, it's touching, mitigated. You see, it starts failing. We have a reaction, and now it starts falling. You see, so boom, and actually breaking this actual low right there. So now we have a boss in that area. Okay, so you see, this was an inducement, and this would have been you will be marking this thing up as a chalk, right? And in reality, it wasn't a chalk. It was not a chalk at all right there, because this was not a boss. This was an actual inducement. The body of the candle did not close below. This one was, this one not. So price ended up touching. You see, this was a trap, smart money trap right there. You would have got stopped out on that one if you were entering, right? So you see, we're basically continuing with the sales right here, right? This is what the market continues doing. Price is dropping. Now look at this. So from here, we had a boss, break of a structure, confirmation break of a structure, right? What do we do again? So we can use the fib. Now we want to continue with the sales, right? So since this is my most recent break of a structure, confirmed break of a structure, I want to wait the price. I want to wait for the price to now come back to the zone, be somewhere here. I don't know, somewhere it could be here, right? All the way up there to then continue bearish. Okay, I'm trying to follow the downtrend right now. Okay, what the market is telling me. So with this, our market up, is the price actually pulling back? I'll have to see. I can go in lower time frame and see if I can actually spot a boss and a chalk. Okay, just to anticipate. So far, it looks like we had right here break, and we do have a chalk. Okay, so what's happening in lower time frame? We're trying to anticipate now the beginning of the pullback from all this move, from this impulse. We're trying to anticipate the beginning of the pullback. Okay, it looks like it's happening after this chalk. Looks like it's happening. Do you want to go look for buys right now? Maybe you can look for buys on POI zones right here, right? If you're trying to look for buys. And at this point, let's see. It's actually marked up. Let's go back on higher time frame, because the whole impulse right there is very choppy. I don't see an actual clean or clear POI. Maybe this one right here. It was a clean. I would say the cleanest. And let's try to mark them all up. Maybe the one at the top. It looks like it has been mitigated. Looks like this one right here. Right? So when you have those many things, again, what you can do is just simply wait for price to reach the zone. Don't sell just yet. Go in lower time frame and find your boss and your chalk. You're literally multi-time framing right now. That's basically what we're trying to do. You see, what it give you looks right here. It had a reaction in this area, right? And it looks like a boss, looks like a chalk. Maybe you could have catch a sell right here. That would have been nice. Let's see if it dropped. Oh, it pushed up. Okay. Oh. Okay, hold on. Hold your horses down. Okay, this was beautiful. Let me actually bring it back down because I move it way too fast. So you see what happened. Price pumped up, ended up actually going to this supply right there. And I can clearly see already a boss. There is a break of a structure right here in this area. Right, and then my chalk would be happening somewhere there. So it looks like it had a strong reaction. Now we go in lower time frame. We can mark these candles up right here. Come on. All right, in this area. We had also another one at the top. But you see what's happening. The market is telling me it wants to go down. We have a boss, we have a chalk. Very important here to understand that. We have a chalk. Now our job is to simply wait for price to create the liquidity, pump top. You see mitigating the zone. And maybe from there you could have gone on you could have catch a sale. Now we are in lower time frame. Maybe this would be your take profit. Most important take profit right there. And then because it's shifting, the market is actually shifting and it's coming from there, you can stretch your target all the way to here, right? Nice shift off of structure in there. So it looks like it smashed it. So do you see this sort of entries, guys? They do happen. And understand the structure of the market, where you're going, where you want the market to go, like based on the breakouts that you're actually having, that you see, right? You're expecting after an impulse, you're expecting a correction, right? So with this, you can anticipate a sale, or you can wait for the price to be in a discount to then go buy, and so on. So I hope this actually helps you guys clarify a couple of doubts. Let me know what you think. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Give it a big thumbs up. It motivates me to keep posting videos for you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.